taking your Saturday for the democratic process. I'm an elected member of the Community College Board and running for District 10 Supervisor. And as I've said many times, this is a really important election. This is important. I was born and raised in all right. So
where is now, right?
Hopefully you edit that out. But you know, my grandpa came here in 1966 with a third-grade education from Natchez, Mississippi, and he worked in the shipyards. And he was able to buy an affordable home for $45,000, and he was able to take care of the family. And honestly, this is what this, this is what this is about. Working families and how we can maintain District 10 and maintain space inside the city for working class people and for working families. And so everything in my campaign derives from that. So when we talk about how do you support working families, of course, I've been endorsed by Sandy Fair, Jane Kim, Milton Marks, and actually Steve No, and a lot of other educational leaders, because education and quality community-based schools are something I really care about. We have over 300 nonprofits in District 10. But there has to be a reason why none of them are really concentrated inside the schools. A lot of those nonprofits are not being accessed. We need to actually put and concentrate a lot of those nonprofits in our schools to actually create wraparound schools and real community schools so that families can access healthcare. We have a huge health disparity. Why don't we have some of our health clinics inside the schools? Why don't we have 3 or 4 college prep nonprofits? Those need to be in our schools. We actually need to strategically think about it. So I look at District 10 as a system, and a supervisor is an important position, but it's not the only position. We need to actually make sure that we have real transformative change in our community, not just the physical, not just the bricks and mortar and concrete, but actually change in human capital inside this district. So that does mean quality wraparound service community schools. It also means affordable housing. How do we look at affordable housing? I believe in terms of the foreclosure problem that we actually need to look at a land trust model that the city of Oakland is actually doing, where we actually, as a city, invest in buying up these houses that are actually being foreclosed on, and then actually, making sure that we keep the people in the homes. They might not be able to own them anymore, but at least they can rent there. At least you're keeping them in the community and stabilizing the foreclosure problem. That's something that has been done in Oakland over the past 3 years. We should have done it before the foreclosure crisis. I think it's not too late to start that model so that we can, stabilize our community. And we also need to look at cooperative housing and other models of affordable housing, such as a stable funding source for affordable housing, not just asking developers to build it for us, so that we can actually expand our housing and expand affordability in our community. And the last part is, real economic development. A lot of other candidates have talked about some sort of community bank. I actually love what they're doing in the Mission District with Mission SF, a grassroots community-based credit union. I think that having a municipal bank is a little bit ambitious. It's going to take many years, but I think something that can happen right here, right now, that's practical and tangible is actually looking at the model that Mission SF Credit Union has and creating a grassroots organization, a grassroots institution in District 10 to actually provide the unique financing options that people in this community really do need for small businesses, for home loans, and the many other opportunities that people have. And that way we can recycle money, bring in stimulus money, and recycle that money into this community. We cannot continue to do things the way we've continued to do them. We have to have accountability within all of our leadership. And I've said this even in front of the African American Democratic Club. We need real leadership here. It's not just to have an African American supervisor or any type of supervisor. I want an effective leader. I want a leader that's going to appoint people to other positions of influence and of power in this community that really does bring, and I will say this, progressive change to our community and provides levels and opportunities to advance. As a member of the Community College Board, I came into City College. Our chancellor was being indicted and on the verge of a perp walk, and his 2 top lieutenants were also being indicted. And there was very little transparency. We had a very passive board. I got to the Community College Board. We've put over $23 million of additional funding in educational resources into District 10. We actually have passed a sunshine ordinance, a sustainability ordinance, and we've actually attacked the achievement gap at City College. And we're a much more activist board, and a board that's actually even expanded our outreach program to mission and initially to Bayview. Those are the values that I care about. And in terms of being fiscal, I'm the chair of the budget committee. And we're the only major public institution that's not had to lay off a single teacher and a single frontline worker. And those are the values that I'm going to bring to the budget, prioritizing our services. Because yes, we are the second highest concentration of homeowners, but yet we receive so little in terms of services. Our public transit services are being cut. And I want to bring those values of, really frontline services to District 10.